Welcome to my Permadeath series for No Man's Sky Beyond, and here we are down on the planet with the portal which I was sent to in last week's community mission. And I actually identified this as a potential site to do some experimenting with the mineral extraction, gas extraction, and also setting up a starbowl farm. And my original plan was not to bother too much about that in the short term, but what I've been doing in the last day is doing a little bit of reading up on mineral and gas extraction, and I think I've got an idea of the theory of how you go about setting things up. I'm not sure how successful that's going to be. Oh, look at that. Wow, he's flying across low. But I thought what I want to do in this video is do a little bit of experimentation about the process, because as far as I can tell is that if you're going to set up mineral and gas extraction and energy, in order to build the buildings, you've got to be within range of a base. Because if I come in here, if you see here, there's nothing here. I mean, these extractors are simply the ones which you would place over a known deposit. So what I'm going to do is start off by doing a little bit of scanning, because we need. It says that whatever we're after is down here. This is the power node. We're just going to come down and scan here. It says this is electromagnetic power C. Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm not worrying too much about how actually overall powerful this is going to be, because at the moment this is going to be purely an experimental base. Right, we've found the hotspot. And if I come here, you can now see the hotspot, which is over here. Where is it? Gone. There it is there. You can see this has got a 48% local field strength, max field strength. Here. Now, one thing I did pick up from, I don't think even with that hotspot there, I still don't think we can build anything. No. You can see here, so we've still got to set a base up, and this is where I think things get a little bit confusing, because what is the range of a base? I think Snafu suggested that it would be 1,000 meters. I'm actually going to experiment with this by setting the base up over the other side here. I'm not sure if we're actually. Oh, go away. So if I come here, that says it's 67 units away. So if I go over here, what I would like to do is set the base up on this flat area here. I'm not sure. It says it's 115 units away. That's now 158. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the base computer down here. I mean, this could all go very badly wrong, but I can always move there. Let me just check again. 193 meters away. I think I'm going to push a little bit further out, because just to try and explain what I'm doing is that round. Oh, come on, game. I did have some other hotspots. They've gone. Okay. Maybe this isn't going to work. That's crazy. Because when I was up here, I'm sure I could get a scan, but So it says there's one 393 in that direction. Maybe I should find the hotspots first. Okay. So let's just go find the hotspots. So maybe we're going to have to build the base in this direction. Whoops, don't want to fall down the hole. So if we... Oh, thank you, game. Right, we're coming up on this hotspot. This is a gas extraction one. If I can find it, there it is. This is a B. Oops. So it's saying that that is 416 away. Where's the hotspot gone? This one gone. Isn't this one marked? That's going to be annoying. How am I supposed to find this? Let's top this up. This one's not showing. The energy one is. That's 403 away. So how am I supposed to find this one? Well, there's one way of doing this, and that is to go back one. I put my ship on top of that one. The ship will tell me how far away that is. I would have thought that that one would be marked because... Oh, it's actually marked now. I was too close. Okay. Another lesson learned. Right, so I've now got that one. And what I'm going to do now is we're just going to change the mining one. It says we got in that direction. We've got. Now I want to emphasize that this is purely theoretical, based on what I've watched with some other videos. So I've got absolutely no idea if this is going to work and how tricky it's going to be. I'm just going to go this way. And what I'll do is I'll see you once I actually get to the hotspot, because we're only going to be walking across the surface. Right, we're just coming up on the hotspot here. This is a pretty rough area to build in. Right, so we found this one. And what is that? We found copper. And that could be very useful because I need to make chromatic metal. Even though that's not particularly that dense, and we've got oxygen. And that's 380 away. That is 312. So if I walk back into this central plane, my ship is over there. Well, I'm gonna... Now this is a tip I did pick up from a video. In fact, it was mentioned in a couple of videos. One, I think, somebody called Jason Plays, and another one I think is Karaka or something like that. And they said what you need to do is place the base in a kind of equidistant position so that you can get to all three areas. Kind of compromise a little bit. I'm not going to be too obsessive. What I'm looking for is a fairly flat area. I think this might do. So we're just going to come into here. And in fact, there's a little bit of a mound here. So, right. So it's saying that is 178 away. That is 261. That is 242. I think maybe we're just going to go up this way a little bit. Get a bit closer to the power. Yes, but this might be a good compromise. That's 192. That's 222. That's 281. So yeah, I think this might be a good location for a base. So there it is there. What we're going to do is just drop that there. And we're going to claim the base. Touching cartographic archives. Universal search reveals no prior claims on the site. Thank you. So we've now got a base location. And our first objective is going to be to get power into here. So it's just... Where's the... Oops. So the power's over here. Just gonna get this here.
Technology recharge.
And in fact, I'm not even sure if I have the ability to build a power thing. Let me just come in here. And come here, not one general. Specialist power. Light box. Industrial. Want minimal structure. Right, we're going to need 2 metal plating for this. So we get in here. And of course I've got no ferrite dust. I'm going to have to pick up some ferrite dust. I think I might need some paraffinium as well. Oh, go away. Go away, go away, go away. I probably won't have enough. I've got enough for one. Last thing I want to do is get into some kind of close combat with some sentinels. So if I do a bit of long range shooting, let's go. Well, finish off. Probably going to need it anyway. There's some ferrite dust there. I'm going to tab in and make a. Now the next thing impression I got was that you don't have to be right on top of the hotspot for the power to work, but the further you are away from the center, the less power you draw, because you can actually put multiple power stations around an area. Now this isn't particularly that powerful, so I do want to put this here, but we don't seem to get any indication of how much power you're going to get. So this is a bit of guesswork, isn't it? If I put this here, I must see how much power this is drawing. Build strength, so we're getting 147 power there from this area. This is not connected. Now comes the fun bit, and again I'm going on what I saw Zane doing in a video, and I'm not too sure whether this is actually going to work. What was it now? He did. Oops, nope. Go here, back to here. Power. And what he did was he put a power cable up here, and it seems that as long as you put it onto the ground like that, you can then run it over and through. Where's my base? Lost my base. There it is there. Now I've got absolutely no idea how far I can take this. I think maybe we'll stop there. And then we're going to run this. Actually, let's try and make it a little bit aesthetic. Whoops. Now, I suppose I'm going to have to... Now, as far as I know, I think Zane said that there's no actual limit on the number of connections you can have. And I think what we're going to do is put one there so we're coming across the ground so they're not so obtrusive. In fact, I think I'm going to stop about there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a battery here. And then we're going to connect that to there. We're now getting power to this battery. We've laid this great big long power cable across the map. And so we've now got power into our base, and what I wouldn't mind doing is actually, before we do anything else, is building a, so I can find general in here. And I want to get a teleporter in here. Okay, we need metal plating. Okay, we're going to have to go off and get some ferrite. And I want to emphasize that this is purely based on what I've watched. I'm not 100% too sure what I'm doing. So if you're starting to rant at the screen about what I'm saying, what the heck is he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. And the honest truth is, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just going to grab some more of this. Like this out here. And grab some more pure ferrite. Why am I collecting pure ferrite? You're an idiot. Hopefully I've got enough ferrite to make. Great. Let's analyze that out. Oh, something else somebody did, which what they do is you keep pressing E, a missing component. Keep pressing E over an existing item, it automatically crafts it without having to open up the craft menu. I must admit, I never even knew that. Okay, let's just get out here. This should be enough. I'm just going to come in here. That actually gives me 4. Let me just get rid of that battery. And a little bit of oops. And what do we need? What's that? We need 2 carbon nanotubes. 2 of those. And I'm just going to get back to the base. That's the battery. There it is. I think this is going to be a little bit easier once I've got the teleporter in. I'm going to put the teleporter right next to the battery. Go back here. Up 1 and cross industry power. Wish there was a power point there, but I think we hooked at that one. We've now got a teleporter, so I can come and go when I want. And just hook up. Now, I suppose the next thing I need to do is find out whether I can actually make the industrial stuff. Because there's absolutely no point me trying to do this. Right. So I can make a mineral extractor, but it doesn't look like I've actually got the ability to do a gas extractor. So what we're going at is in that direction. Right, we're right on the edge of the hotspot here. It says destination reached. And this is a bit of a flat area. So what I'm going to do is see if I can build the extractor here. If we build it on this edge here, this mineral extractor. I've got absolutely no idea whether this has actually got density. It says copper yield density 58%. So it's extraction rate underpowered. So what we got to do now is get our power all the way back to there. This could be fun. I'm just going to go up here. What's that above? It's a teleporter cable. Electrical wiring. Where's that? Does that come all the way across from the base? Now, where's the base? Is that way? Okay, it's not going to let me do this, is it? Or will it? Let me just see how far I can stretch this. Ah. Okay, well, it's let me do it. I don't want it stuck up too high in the air. If I get through here and drop it down here, that would mean it would be partly underground. And if I come there, and I push to about, I get to, keep going, I'm going to drop it in about there, and we run that to there. Downside now is I've got to walk all the way back here to find. Let me just. Got to go and find out, so we're just going to wander back this way. So here we are. We are at our mineral extractor. It says it's powered. And it says it extracts 376 an hour. Left time left in this cycle 39 minutes. And overall storage 250. So I think that, oops. So the next step we need to do in this is to get some storage. And one thing we can now do is put multiple extractors on this area, so we could go down that way. So I've now got a way to extract copper, but I don't have the ability now to do anything else beyond that, because now there is a storage capability and there's a way you can run pipes all the way back to the base, so it means you don't have to keep walking out to here to get things. So I think that's all I can do with this here, because I don't have an atmospheric extractor either. So what we're going to have to do is get some the necessary salvageable tech and unlock the other items so that we can continue to grow this base. I think I've done the main part of what I wanted to do in this video, and that is to try and explore this concept that you can have a base that's spread out over a very large area. But I think what we might need here is a shackle or something to protect us from these storms. We're going to have these superheated storms. Although I could put some paraffinium in. Let me just have just fill that up. And of course the main reason I wanted to set this base up was to be able to raise star bolts. So now my ship, where's my ship? My ship's over there. So I'm a bit worried about whether the star bulbs would interfere with the power supply. So I think if we maybe put star bulbs down here, see if we can find some. I don't want that. I'm just going to find the farming, and I'm just going to go across. What do I need to put out? Star bulbs. Okay, I can put some star bulbs out. I've got some paraffinium. I'm just going to start using up. As I say, this is the main reason for laying this base out, so I can't do it anymore. I need paraffinium. How much carbon have I got? I didn't exactly prepare for this because this video was a little bit impromptu, because I was just curious to see how that was going to work. I've got a big pile of pure ferrite, so I go to structures, go across to large structures. We need 5 glass for that. Great, thank you, game. But then I've now got my teleporter, haven't I? So if I can jump into here, and we can go to the base that I built in the last part. I'm just going to go to the frost farm. And of course none of these are ready to be harvested. Why aren't you ready to be harvested? Some of these, they all died. There's a creature over there. Have these stopped growing because they're within the limits of my base? That's annoying. There's some more over there. It looks like maybe by putting my base right next to them, I've got a bit of a problem. But it's not that much of a problem, because over here I've got some more frostwalks, and these should be well outside the range of my base, hopefully. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big an issue, because I can always replant this if I need some more, and just put my own plants in within the base. As you can see, some birds up there. I've already got them. Okay. See, that one's actually showing up. Yeah, thank you, game.
Technology recharge.
Let's just grab some of these. I don't want to harvest too many of these. Go away. Oh, if I'm going to kill you, I might as well scan you. I got be enough to make some glass. Was it 5 glass I needed to make, wasn't it?
Product constructed.
So we're just going to wander back to the base. Yeah, I got a feeling that because these are so close to my base, they're not actually recognised as plants. Oh well, we'll sort that out another time. What I want to do is just get here. And I'm just going to jump into here. And I'm just going to filter out on bases. Presume Orin Outpost is the new base. There we are. Lost my starbulb plants. Where did I put them? There they are, just tucked in there. Grass is a little bit long. Gonna go back up and across. Large. Probably won't have enough resources now. I think what we're gonna do is just drop this down. Drop that about there, and I'm gonna come up. Oops, back one, and across. Put the door in there. That's a little bit better. Our cables. If I put that, that just powers the door, which is no good. I will eventually sort out the capabilities for doing this. That's a little bit lower now, so maybe this will play ball a little bit now. Structures, up one. Oh, that looks a bit better. Yeah. That gives me something to walk into. I've now got a base. What I most likely will do is put cactus flesh in here, because if I remember correctly, if we come into here, let's go to advanced construction. Yeah, polyfiber needs cactus flesh and star bulbs, so we could just put a couple of cactus flesh plants in here, and that will act as a part of the production line. So we've got this set up here, we've got our star bulbs set up here. I need some paraffinium in order to get things working. Actually, can I get the... I actually bought the base, didn't I? So if I come up here... No, okay, is that... Go across one. That's the cubic room. Ah, there it is. Foundations. If we go across one, that's the. If I go across one, let me just put that underneath. That gives the base an appearance that it's actually kind of integrated into the ground. So I know you can't see much of it, but that just makes it look like it's part of the base ground. I still like this blue line up over the horizon. And we got a battery acting here. The battery's 100%. Charge rate, no time until charged. We're consuming 120 kp against 147, and we've got 45,000 kp stored. Wow. So what we may need is a second power generator. So this base could get quite big over time. What I'm going to need now is paraffinium. I'm sure there's paraffinium on this planet. I'm just going to find it. Famous last words. Yeah, there's a paraffinium deposit over there. I'm just going to tag that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk across there and get that paraffinium, so that I can put out the rest of these star bulbs. So I'm just going to do that. It looks like the paraffinium is very close to my mineral extractor. I'm just curious to see how much is actually extracted. There's overall storage. Yields copper. Or do we have to wait another 19 minutes for that cycle to complete? Well, we'll be looking at that going forward into the future. Let's pick this up. This paraffinium. Okay, I've just extracted another 250 paraffinium. So, where's my base gone? It's over that way. So we're just going to get back to the base. Right, here's my starball farm. I think what we'll do is we'll extend it this way a little bit, because the power line goes that way. Tech, industry, specialist, farming. I don't want one of those. What I want is a star balls. If we just put in, it should have given me an option to put another 10 of these in. We're going to need a lot of star ball in comparison to the cactus flesh plants, because these don't produce very much. So I think we just keep going back this way. Right, I've now used up all the star bulb. I've got any paraffinium left. Got a little bit of paraffinium left. I suppose what I should do is put a vault in here, but I can't remember which vault I need. So I won't do that. I think just to finish off this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the base. I just want to check something. Sorry, current system. I'm going to go back to current system. So here we are. We're up on the space station of the system that we've been in. Got this mess, sort this mess out a bit. I think it's got a little bit messy. Great big pile of gold here. I brought it with me because I thought I might need it, but obviously I don't. So I'm just going to shove that into the freighter. So I will sort the storage vault situation out off camera, because I would like to tie the starball production to a desert planet in the future, which will raise cactus plants. And what we're going to do is now just going to. We're just going to dive into the anomaly. So I just want to check the tech situation for what I need to do to go forward with that base. And of course I'm recording this on a Saturday morning, so the community event is actually up and running. Let me just check that as well. So it says the community event is already at 96%. That's jumped up since last week. Let's just have a quick look to see what it is. Obviously I'm not going to accept it in this video. I'm just going to take a quick look and see what it's actually doing. So we're still investigating the anomalous region, and if I complete it I get 1200 quicksilver, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that community event this weekend because I've got a bit of a busy weekend. My weekends seem to be getting a little bit silly at the moment, but what we're going to do is just get out here and just want to. And of course I don't think we're going to get anything for. Oh, I'm not sure why I'm getting a suit upgrade, but I'll take it. I wouldn't mind a technology upgrade actually, or a cargo upgrade. I think we're just going to take the general suit upgrade. Wasn't expecting that. Right, so let's just get in here and launch pad, refiners. livestock unit, antimatter reactor, large refiner. What we got here? Short range teleporter. Okay, where's the tech then? Here we are. So we got a mineral extractor, and what I need is a gas extractor, a supply depot, and supply pipes. I don't. Yeah. So I need 21 salvage data to unlock the rest of this. So, to be able to get the gas extractor and the supply depot. So it's here, automated storage connections, the supply grid using pipelines, the output of various mineral and gas extractors. And what does this do? Mineral and gas. So what I'd have to do is run 2 separate pipelines into 2 groups of storage. Well, that's the theory anyway. And so I need to go and get 21 salvageable data. Let's have a quick check while I'm here. Investigate. Don't think that's going to give me something. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Feel free to give me any pointers on that base construction, because I want to emphasize that was pure theory based on what I've read in a couple of comments in the forum and from watching various videos. So in some ways I'm quite happy that it worked out. I was expecting it all to go completely wrong and not be able to connect those terminals up, because I couldn't get a feel for the distance. But feel free to add any other tips or any other comments related to your experience about building mineral extraction bases. And what I will do is work off camera to get that salvage data if I can find time, and we will then see if we can develop that base into a combination of copper, which I think could be quite useful because I need that to fix my fighter. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the oxygen. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me what the great value of extracting oxygen is going to be. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can use it in combination with things. So what I might need to do is build a small area and put in a medium or large refiner into that base, so that I can start knocking out other bits and pieces. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.